When you figure it out and you get out and do a sprint, no one's gonna be able to catch you because you're volatile. That's why you can hit the elevator down button more viciously than anybody else you probably know. Yo boys, we're back. Back at it again with a coffee talk. You kidding me? Back like we never left. These are gonna become a lot more of a common theme on this page because we're not here to mess around. I would take off the pump cover, but it's quite cold. I am tucked in like an absolute gentleman, but here all the time, I'm stuck in this cycle of guilt and exhaustion, and I don't know how to get out of it. It's this vicious cycle where you're just constantly tired, your brain is overthinking, and it's overthinking because you just keep on coming back to guilt and shame, and that's causing you to be exhausted because you're not doing anything besides living up here. You want to know the answer? You want to know how to get rid of that? Burn the past. The past is meant to be burnt. Every lesson that you would ever need to know in your life will happen on a subconscious level. All of the lessons that you were meant to remember, your subconscious will pick up on them. You don't have to pull out your journal to write down the lessons you learned. No one has ever actually been able to move forward with their life by doing things this way. Writing is extremely helpful to get your thoughts down on a piece of paper. But when it comes to removing guilt and getting out of that exhaustion of shame, you have to burn the past. You have to forgive yourself. And the way you forgive yourself is by picking to be a winner today. That's it. Coffee, a little bit of a sip. Honestly, this view is absolutely gorgeous. I would flip it around, but you guys wouldn't be able to see me. I'd be coming in dark. You guys would be talking shit. That's what would happen. That's why I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Essay? But, and a lot of this is because you live so inside your own head all the time. And when your constant mirror is just being put up to yourself, you can't live life. When you're thinking about living life, you ain't living it. That's the point. You have to get out and cause some entropy. And the beautiful part is I promise you, you could literally have been a loser your entire life. You could have literally taken every L known to man. It takes one win to take every L you've endured in your entire life to wipe off all the pieces on the board. And that alone should tell you that if I wake up today, I'm going to choose to be that guy. And I'm going to take it one day at a time. I'm going to be where my feet are at. I'm not going to pretend I'm up here. Being ruthlessly honest about where you're actually at, and then being directionally correct. I like using the rowing the boat analogy, where you know what you want to go towards. You know what you want your life to look like. Everybody does. You may not be able to tell me specifics. Doesn't matter. You have an idea of this is what I want my life to look like. This is what I want my life to feel like. Your job is to make a decision as to, does this thing take me closer to that? And if the answer is yes, no matter how stupid it sounds on paper, you do it. And you do that every single day, and you give everything you got to the step that is in front of you. We don't think beyond. There's no reason to think beyond. The future does not exist. The past no longer exists. That's why you burn it. All of the lessons you needed to learn, I promise you, your mind has picked up on those lessons for you to carry forward. Your job is to be in the now. The past is that. It's the past. The future hasn't happened, but today is the present. That is why it's a gift. That's why they call it present. And for you to appreciate where your feet are actually at, you have to forgive yourself. If you're going to move your life forward and decide to take steps, that is the day you'll realize you actually do begin to forgive yourself. And it's not binary. It takes time to get into that mode of being able to fully forgive yourself, to not have that shame and that guilt, and then learning how to actually exhaust your energy tank on a day-to-day basis, emptying the energy clip towards the steps that are in front of you today. That's what I mean by give everything you got to what you have right now. If you're in a conversation, be in that conversation. If you're doing nothing, do absolutely nothing. Don't scroll. Stop going through life at 50%. Start going through life whether you're on or off. If I decide to do something, let me do it. You know something? I'm going to see it through because I'm not a quitter. And a lot of times you're going to realize that exhaustion and that shame and that guilt that you carry is because you're not willing to relinquish those thoughts because they become addicting. And like anything else, you have to aim that addiction. I can't tell you to remove that addiction or that addictive part of you. That's who you are. That's how your heart beats. But what I can tell you is you have to find a space for you to direct that energy towards, and I promise you're nuclear. That's who this page is for. It's for the outlier. And you are capable. Otherwise, I wouldn't be telling you that. You would not be here if you weren't capable. And you at least care enough about your own life. And it's not even about you, it's about everyone else. You care about the people around you to where you want them to look at you and feel safer with you around. To where your presence is felt. To where when you are in their life, life gets better. And with you out of their life, it works the same way. Their life is worse as a result of you not being there. That means taking the things in your life more seriously, but that doesn't mean you have to grit your face while you do the serious things. You just apply pressure in the best way you know how to the thing that you need to do right now. If that answer is I need to go to the gym, go to the gym. If that answer is that, you know something, I'm going to sit down and write, do that. If that's go get a different job, do that. You have to just start obeying that instinct inside of you and give yourself permission to be able to move. And that is by burning the past and living in the now, because that's all you got. Everything else is fake. It's not real. But this moment right now, me talking with you, having this incredible cup of coffee, enjoying this, having a beautiful sunset, this is where I'm at. But make no mistake, I was living this way without all this stuff. I don't need to be happy because you realize that all I have is now. The people around me, the people that I'm with, the work that I get to do. And if you're not doing work that fills up your heart, then you know that you might need to readjust your approach. And you doing the same thing over and over again isn't going to change a damn thing, but changing the environment, entropy, doing things you're not accustomed to doing, this is moving in the right direction. This is directionally correct versus trying to be perfect. And I promise you, if you do that every single day and you give everything you got to the moment, you're going to look up at your life a year from now, even a few months from now, and you have no idea how much time will start moving by a little bit slower versus how fast it's moving for you right now. In 90 days time, your life can switch on a dime, and you'll look back and be like, I don't know how I live life any other way, because you're going to be living in the now. You're going to appreciate every breath that you have, and everything that you do, you're going to give everything you got. Your decisions are going to be made based on the now, not what could be, not as what has happened in the past. The past is just to prove to yourself that I am capable. We all have that tape we can go through to say, you know something, I am capable because of X, Y, and Z thing. Your job is to move with the now. You wake up today and you decide, I am going to be that guy, and you are capable, I promise you. Anyways, I appreciate watching this video. Hope this is well worth your time. Coffee talk, absolute beauty. We're going to be running these a lot more. Crusadia waitlist down below. You cannot sign up to Crusadia unless you are on the waitlist. This is a full leadership factory. Guys have changed their lives inside of 90 days, and they think to themselves what life was like prior to Crusadia. And to me, that gives me everything. That's what gives me energy. That is my gratitude. That's why I wake up with the energy that I do, is because it's about everybody else. How do I facilitate a life that I know that we are all capable of? And that is why it's the first ever digital nation. It's not a group. It's not a Discord server. It's not a freaking school community. It's none of that shit. It's a country. And we have built culture to where once you're inside, you'll realize very quickly it is very difficult for you to fail. And it's not my job to tell you what you want out of your life, but the way that everything flows makes it extremely easy for you to find what your mission is as a man. And that is everything for a dude. That is what makes you wake up alive and allowing you to play life at your best, the level that you know you're capable of. Anyways, I love you guys. From Uncle Rommy to the Natural Crusaders, sign up to the Crusadia waitlist. Seriously, stop playing yourself. And those of you guys inside Crusadia watching this, I love you guys. You guys are family, and I got your back for life. I love you guys. Uncle Rommy out. Peace.